Hey Zachary, this is Joel. It was nice to see you yesterday. Glad to hear that that fall season went so well. There's the one swing we got on the video yesterday. The main things that you and I were both noticing was that that head is better than it was earlier in the year, not dropping down near as much. And the club head is beautifully on that plane line on the downswing, and then the shaft is parallel to the plane line through the top of your left shoulder at that point, just like you'd see over here with the tour players. So that is fantastic from that down the line angle, Zachary, and then from this face-on angle. That head didn't look quite as good from this face-on angle. But it's still definitely better than it was at the beginning of the year. And the other thing I mentioned to you relative to this video, the 2D video, look how nicely your hips have stopped right through impact. Very much like we'd see with the tour players from this face-on angle, especially the longer hitters. Right through there, the plaid in her shorts, there's not moving at all through the impact area, a lot like what we see for you there, man. How your hands and arms look very similar to the tour players at that point, right through impact up into the follow-through. That's very good from face on, and then down the line. Remember I showed you a couple of these, how their hips turn at the start of the downswing, but then through the impact area they actually slow down to the point of stopping, where you don't see his belt loops moving anymore, right through there. When the club head's going its fastest, their hips are actually not going anywhere. And the good news is that's what we see for you as well, Zachary. Right there. Same good look there, buddy. That's fantastic. Remember, what is a little different, though, is the way your hips turn more. See how that right leg is moving away from those two yellow lines, whereas for the tour players, you're not going to see that kind of movement on that backswing near as much. See how our right knee stays on that vertical line throughout the backswing. And like you noticed, that's a little bit of where your kind of the down movement with your legs kind of happens on the downswing, because you're kind of straightening up on the backswing some. We'll be working on that quite a bit this winter there, buddy. And then also you'll see the KVest report I'll be sending you. Great work, man, the last few months, Zachary. Look forward to getting a lot of good things done this winter.
Okay, now we're going to do the bridge test. Basically, the athlete will bring his waist up as far as you possibly can. We're engaging the glutes. He's going to raise the leg up. And what we're really testing is the glute strength. And as you can see on the test, on the K-trainer, the pelvis is kind of rotating just a little bit. So we got a little bit of weakness going on in the glutes. Let's test the other leg. And we can see it rotates a little bit there also. Okay. What I will see mostly in the athlete will come up, they will cramp in the hamstrings because the hamstrings are too active, the gluteals are not activated, and we have a little bit of inhibition going on. So the glutes have shut down a little bit, and that's what we normally see. The glutes shut down, huge part with the golfer, that's where all your power comes from in a golf swing.
This is Joel Suggs. I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend and showing you your swing on the 2D equipment that I have. And so I want to take about 2 or 3 minutes to just show you around Meadowlands. This is the studio I use in the winter for all my students. You see there's the down-the-line camera angle for our 2D equipment, and then we have the face-on camera angle also, and then what we also have here is 3D equipment to where I can show you your swing from 6 different camera angles with this 3D equipment, and we can get your swing from down to the 1/120th of a second in terms of exactly what your hips, shoulders, and hands are doing in the swing. And then also, I have the most realistic hitting curve I've ever seen from puttersedge.com. So when you hit your full shots, it feels as realistic as possible. And then I have 3 different green speeds for you to practice your putting. 9.5 on the step meter, 10.5 on the step meter, and 12.5 on the step meter. That's benefited my students tremendously. And then also I have a lot of learning aids like this Smart Stick. You can see the rest of those learning aids over here in my bag that we can work on to help you learn the certain fields in your golf swing that you and I both want. And then also I help my students a lot with their equipment through the winter. This is a frequency analyzer where we twang your club and it gives us a reading here. And then also we plot your whole set, each club on these lines to see if the set is really matched or not. Quite often they aren't, and it helps my students tremendously when they find out what clubs are the offending clubs. And then if we get tired of being indoors and we want to go outdoors and hit some, we can do that. It's my daughter. Ellie, good to see you. I haven't seen her in weeks. No wonder you've been gone, Ellie. You've been out here playing in the snow all this time. But this is our natural turf area. This is closed until April, as you can see. But it's a fantastic area where we can step outside and hit some balls and get some real ball flight. Or, if we get pretty satisfied and things are looking better on the video here, we're kind of cooped up inside and want to go outside, we can step on out and hit balls and see real ball flight for about 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, however long you and I can stand the cold, out into the air, and we see them land at these different flags. I have a yardage book for this driving range. It's the first one I've ever seen in my life where we know exactly what it is with the front, back, and middle of each green. And again, the covered area here is heated, so we stay out there for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, like I said. It enables us to see some ball flight, and then we get satisfied that things are looking the way we want, and we come back inside, take off our coat, and look again at the video equipment to see how your swing's looking, to make sure that you understand it. And then notice too, my exercise ball up top here, and then also, so I help my students a lot with their fitness through the winter, and then I will help you also with your sports psychology, with your golf psychology from the golfpsych.com people down in Texas. That's helped my students tremendously a lot over the years too. So again, I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend. I look forward to seeing you again out here this summer at Meadowlinks, or even right now in the winter. I have a lot of people that work on their games with me right through the winter. Check out more information about the things I do to help you at joelsuggs.com. Take care.